Hi, welcome. Namaste. My name is Victoria, and today I will be guiding you just through a short practice of the Ashtanga Yoga practice. Ashtanga Yoga is an ancient practice that you can do for your whole life. So you might be asking yourself, how do I get started with yoga? What postures do I do? I'm not flexible, I'm not strong. Those are some things that will kind of be answered for you as you start to practice. The yoga practice is just something that you really have to throw yourself into, trust the experience of it, and just enjoy the process. So today I'll demonstrate some postures that you can use through your whole journey with yoga. It's just the very beginning of the Ashtanga practice. So as you start to get stronger, you can add more postures, and the main thing is just to help you find some inner strength. Inner strength is something that we need to navigate our life, and inner strength is something that you can only get once you begin to trust yourself and follow along with regular practice. Another thing that a lot of students find is they start to find some inner peace. The inner peace really just is coming by you starting to learn to trust your breathing. And if you kind of want to check in with yourself, even off your mat, you have to say, how am I breathing? Your breathing really regulates a lot of things in your life, your anxiety, your stress, things like that. So you'll find some inner peace as long as you start to learn to breathe. The last thing is maybe you'll just start to cultivate some new changes in your life. You'll start to sleep better, you'll start to eat better. You'll probably even start to tap into some inner consciousness. The energy levels. You'll spend your time maybe doing things that are just more authentic to who you really are. So with that being said, we'll get started today just doing some simple postures, and I'll break them down with some modifications, and then I'll show you how to get a little bit stronger. The main thing is just to enjoy your practice. No matter where you're beginning, you can always start new every day. You also do want to try to get on your mat at least 3 days a week to see some changes. So enjoy your practice. I'm so excited to be here with you to share what I've learned with yoga, and this journey through my life has brought me to this space here where I'm able to share it, and I do that with all the love in my heart. Namaste. Okay, so now we're ready to begin our practice. And the most important thing is just to breathe through your nose. Your breath is a 3-part diaphragmatic breath. So you're going to feel your breath pull in, and as you do, the diaphragm lifts up. Breathe in, filling it up. On the exhale, just let it out through the nostrils, nice and slow and deep through the back of the throat. So it kind of sounds like the ocean. On the inhale, you can create the sound or the word in your mouth, saw. So inhale, saw. Exhale, ha. Inhale, saw. Exhale, ha. You can try that on your own a couple times. Just stay with me for a couple breaths. Inhale, saw. Exhale, ha. 2 more. Inhale, saw. Exhale, ha. Last one. Inhale, saw. Exhale, ha. So when you're just starting a practice, the breathing is the most important thing. If you can just relax and stay with your breathing, then everything else will start to feel more comfortable. Okay, so we'll begin. We'll begin with one sound of the Om. You start at the top of the mat, palms to the heart, and just tap into the inner self. Tap into the breathing. One sound of the Om, so you'll exhale. Deep inhale. So now we're ready to begin. Inhale, arms reach up, stretch up. Belly pulls in, legs are nice and strong, grounded through your feet. Exhale, pull the belly in, fold forward. You can always bend the knees, tuck the chin, empty the lungs. Just relax the shoulders down. Inhale, press through your fingertips and lift your chest forward. Stretch the sit bones back, bring the gaze forward. You can always use your shins, but try to squeeze your legs and lift your chest all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press through your feet, rise up. And then arms down at your sides. So that's just a half sun salutation. So we're just going to do that a couple times and then we'll do the full sun salutation. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, gaze up. Exhale, pull the belly in. Fold forward, tuck the chin. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chest, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down at your sides. And this is called Samastitihi. It's where you always begin and you end. So now just a little bit quicker, following your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So that's just our first warm-up. And you can start with that. You can do that 5 times, 10 times. It's the beginning of your practice. It starts to get the body nice and warm. So now we'll do the whole sun salutation, which is 10 breaths, 10 movements. Okay, so inhale, we'll go a little slow on this first one. Exhale, fold. This part's familiar. Tuck the chin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees. Get the palms nice and flat. Just squat down and then step back, 1 foot at a time. And always lower to your knees first. And then exhale, lower down to the floor. Let your chest stay open. Firm up your legs, palms stay down. Inhale, just peel your chest up. Bring the gaze up, but take your shoulders down your back. Nice stretch for the low back. Exhale, start to shift the weight back into the hips, and then curl the toes under and lift up, downward facing dog. So that's just nice and slow. Nice and modified so that you don't have to push too hard if you're just beginning your practice. You'll start to get stronger and then you'll be able to increase the postures a little bit. So in downward facing dog, you'll stay for 5 breaths in and out through the nose. Shoulders are away from your ears. Just keep breathing. Meditate and concentrate on the breath. You try to keep the palms nice and flat. You want to lift the low belly, but stretch the sit bones up and start to slide your knees up into your hip creases. So you're just feeling a nice deep stretch. Good for the spine, good for the back of the thighs. Breathing in and out through your nose the whole time. You can always bend the knees. It's kind of like a little bit of a diagnostic posture. You're starting to feel your body in a new way. On your inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees. And then step your foot one at a time up to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down to your sides. So we'll just go a little bit quicker. We'll still modify, but we'll do it 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, arms reach up, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift your chest. Exhale, bend the knees, just step back so it's the top of a push-up. You can hold it there, keep the belly pulled in. On the exhale, bend your elbows and lower down to the chest, all the way down. Inhale, peel up. Lift your chest, curl up. Exhale, then you can lift up onto the toes and go right into downward facing dog. Try that. Otherwise, you can still go back to your knees until you can find your strength to press up. So 5 breaths here. Shoulders away from your ears, heels are down. You're always trying to stretch the heels down, so sometimes you have to walk the feet in. And you can take it as wide as you need to. You're just feeling your body here. On the last breath, inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Keep the shoulders back. And then step again. Right foot, left foot. Inhale right away, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down at your sides. One more together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Step forward. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. The most important thing is to try to keep your breath connected to the posture, not to rush the breath. Sun salutations can take you a lifetime. They should be something that you can incorporate in your daily life, a daily practice every morning. Maybe sit for a few moments in silence, listening to your breath, maybe chanting the sound of the Om, and then starting your sun salutations. As you start to progress and get a little stronger, you'll start to move a little bit quicker. So I'll demonstrate just some of the ways that you can kind of float, jumping up forward and jumping back, just to add more strength and more energy, okay? Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest. On the exhale, you bend the knees, lean forward, and float back. So you jump out of your hands essentially. You're hovering over the mat, shoulders are down your back. Inhale, roll over the toes, then straighten the arms. And this is upward facing dog. So you lift up, relax the low back and bring the gaze up. Exhale, breath. You pull and roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. So it's still 5 breaths here. So you're always readjusting, you're always kind of checking in. And then on the last breath, inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. And then you jump between your hands. A little bit of a lift, but you keep your palms grounded. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arms down. So I'll just demonstrate one more time. Okay, now you try. So now that you've practiced your sun salutation letter A, you're probably saying, okay, I need a little more. I'm going to do sun salutation letter B. So this is just the second warm-up in the Ashtanga practice. All right, so I'll demonstrate it. I'll go through it nice and slow. So you still start at the top of the mat, and it continues. Right after sun salutation letter A, traditionally you do 5 or 6 rounds if you're just doing that for your practice, and then you go right into sun salutation letter B. You begin with Utkatasana. The hips are down, feet are together, and the inhale, you reach up. So it's similar to a chair pose. They call this chair pose or fierce pose, Utkatasana. So it's fierce, shoulders down your back, palms together, gaze up. So you can stay here and just feel your breath, nice and slow, maybe 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale, slow it down, fold forward, get your chest on your thighs, and then try to lower down. Inhale, press into your fingertips, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Shoulders back away from the ears, belly's pulled in. Exhale, bend the knees. And then again, if you're floating, you can float, but for today, we'll just step back. Step back, start to lower down. The gaze stays forward. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right foot's going to come up between your hands and spin your left heel down, okay? So this might take a few breaths. To get the hands on each side of the foot, got to bend the forward knee. You might come up to your fingertips first, but try to get the palms down, even if you have to take an extra breath or 2. Inhale turns into warrior. So you bend the forward knee and raise the arms. Try to keep the shoulders back over the hips and bend the forward knee. Ground your left heel down, shoulders slide down your back. Breathe in, breathe out. Just a couple breaths to settle in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, the palms come right down on each side of your foot. Spin your hip, and then lower down into your push-up or into your chaturanga or even onto your belly. Okay? Inhale, peel up, so a little cobra here. Exhale, you can go back to child's pose, shifting back, and then right back up into downward facing dog. At this point, you're probably just going right to downward facing dog because you're getting stronger. Left foot now comes forward. Steps between the hands, ground the back heel. So again, this is going to take a little while to get that hip nice and soft. Palms stay flat. Now you do this side. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders are back over the torso, belly's pulled in. Back leg is nice and strong, gaze is up. Just let your head relax back. Inhale, palms come down. Look forward, exhale. Maybe just lower all the way down. Top of the feet down. Inhale, peel the chest up. Gaze up. Exhale again, you can shift back first or go right back into downward facing dog. So you take 5 breaths here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. And again, you can step or hop between your hands. Inhale, lift, gaze forward, exhale, fold. And sink the hips back down, inhale. Finish with that Utkatasana. Exhale, straighten the legs, arms come down. Okay, so we'll try to do it one breath, one movement, linking it all together, okay? Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees. Float back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, send it back. Right foot comes forward. Inhale. Palms come down. Exhale. Inhale. down, look forward, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One last time together. Inhale, exhale. 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 So you just wanted to finish your sun A, finish your sun B, and then you're ready to do some finishing postures. The finishing posture should always be done. This way you can start to utilize some of that fire that you built and get into some of the areas in the body that get stiff. The spine, the hips, the knees. So we're gonna finish with just a couple postures today. One of them is gonna be pigeon. So to just come down from your practice a little bit, you're going to take a child's pose. This is balasana. So you're going to sink the hips back. And it's also a good way to prep for your practice as well. So if you first stretch your mat out and you want to come to your mat and just take a nice child's pose, it's very soothing. It's a good way to de-stress and just kind of nurture yourself. If the knees aren't giving you cooperation, you can always roll a towel and put a towel behind your knees. But just eventually you'll start to soften, okay? You might not be all the way to the floor. Another position that you can do is to bring the legs together and you're kind of closing the knee joint, but it's good to kind of compress the knee a little bit, pull the belly in and round forward. And then just stay for 5 breaths. So both of those are kind of nurturing postures. The key is baby steps, even with the sun salutations. Taking your time, listening to your breath, feeling your body in a new way, that's really the journey of the yoga practice. It's not something that's attainable overnight. You'll start to defeat yourself if you think you need to get to the end result. Each time you practice, your body will be a little bit different. So you just kind of accept reality where you are. You show up, you roll your mat out, and you try each day to just listen to your breath, and you'll find yourself getting stronger. So that's child's pose. Another thing to do after your practice is a twist. So you're going to come to your seat, okay, and extend the legs all the way out. And before we do the twist, we'll just do one forward fold. So you want to take the flesh out from underneath your sit bones. Inhale, stretch up one time. On the exhale, just fold forward. It's just a nice, gentle forward fold, okay? In Ashtanga, they call this Paschimottanasana. You can slide your fingers between your toes and grab onto your toes. On the inhale, you can lift up, firm up the thighs. On the exhale, pull the body forward, just melting the chest forward. Try to relax the shoulders and breathe. Gaze toward the tip of the nose or toward the thumbs, breathing in and out. 5 breaths here. And just strengthens the back of the thighs and lengthens the spine. And just try to resist the urge to force. Just kind of try to find a nice inner peace. And on the inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Okay, so the next one we'll do is a twist. Bring your right foot to the mat. Maybe one hand space in between. And then you're going to try to turn the whole body toward the bent knee. Keep the foot grounded and just kind of hold your knee toward the center line of the body. If you can, hook the elbow over the top. If you can hook the elbow over the top, take the shoulder down and away from the ear. Flex the bottom foot, lift up, and twist and turn. So you're dropping your right shoulder back, pulling the belly in, and you're just going to stay for 5 breaths here. And then switch sides. And the other foot up. I'm going to ground the sit bones. In Ashtanga, this is called Marichyasana. Marichyasana is the Sanskrit name for the posture. So just bring yourself into the nice seated position. Sit bones are down. And again, you're pulling the left knee toward the center line of the body. You can reach your arm around, kind of hold the knee, or you can lift up and use the outer elbow just to hold that knee in place and to find the twist. Hug the belly in, lift up out of the waist, drop the shoulders down and away from your ears, and then turn and twist. Think about twisting from the low back, middle back, upper back. Turn your chin, gaze over your left shoulder, and then it's 5 breaths here. Try to relax on each exhale. And then release from there. Okay. So twists are very good for the inner body. They help us to use that fire for that purification, to remove obstacles, also to kind of help realign your vertebrae and get your body nice and strong from the inside out. Okay, so from there, we're just going to do one more finishing posture. You're going to come back to downward facing dog. And you're going to try to find a way to open up the hips a little bit into a pigeon. So this isn't the traditional sun salutation, or I should say the Ashtanga finishing posture, but it's a nice posture when you're beginning yoga practice to open the hips. So you just stretch the right leg back and up, and then bring the knee all the way up to the right wrist. See how that goes. Press into your palms, stretch your left toes back, and walk your hands out. Try to drop your shoulders away from your ears, and you're on your back toes now. So you just rock around a little bit so you can get the hips balanced from the shoulders, and you can just lower the back knee down. If your knee is okay there, and you're not feeling any sensation inside the knee, right? Just try to relax the knee. You're not pushing into the knee. You're trying to stretch this outer thigh, this outer hip. Okay, so breathe in, take a deep inhale, look up. And on the exhale, if you can, come down just to the elbows. Let the head and neck be soft. Shoulders are open. 5 breaths here. And And if that's good, you might want to go even further. You might want to crawl out. And just try to soften everything once you're here. Come out, simply come all the way out, and you can sit right back on your bum, cross your legs. To transition, you can go right back up, wiggle the legs behind you, and then take downward facing dog again. Lift the left leg high, right up, take a deep breath in, exhale, bring the knee in, and try to find a little position where the knee and the hip joint is externally rotating open, okay? So you're opening that left hip joint up, stretching the toes back, kind of feeling your hips left and right. You're moving from the middle of your body, from the hip joints, from the pelvis. Back knee comes down. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, just come to your elbows. See how that works. You can always interlace your fingers. Just make a little nest for your head and just rest down. Trying to relax and keep focusing just on your breathing. And slowly come up, swing that leg around, and now you're ready for the best part of the practice. This is going to be Shavasana. So you're going to lay down on your mat, and at that time, it's really your quiet time. It's the time for you to kind of de-stress. Stretch your legs all the way out. And just find a way to just soften everything and just quiet the mind. So you want to spend at least 3 to 5 minutes here just to seal in your practice. And when you're finished with your Shavasana, you can always finish with a little seated meditation. Just coming to a quiet seated posture, anything that's comfortable. Just stretching the arms out, closing the eyes, and maybe taking a few moments in gratitude just to appreciate your practice and any inner feelings that come up. And then we always seal the practice with bringing the palms to the heart. And just bowing to the inner self. And the teacher within me honors the teacher within you. Namaste. Okay, hi, welcome. This is Victoria here. Thank you for joining me. So you've done some inner work with the yoga practice, just starting with your sun A, doing some of your sun B. So now you're thinking, okay, well, what else can I do? My body's starting to feel good. I want to maybe incorporate some other postures or stretches. So I'm going to demonstrate maybe 4 or 5 postures that you can incorporate. Once you become familiar with your sun salutations and you really start to feel that you're honoring that, you're not just practicing once a week, you're actually getting really comfortable with those postures, you'll always begin with sun salutations. So maybe some days you don't have time to do all of it. So maybe just do 5 sun A, 5 sun B, and then we'll do a few postures that can help you to deepen your practice a little bit, okay? So the first one we're gonna do is a standing posture, and it's called Padangusthasana. So it's big toe forward fold. So after sun A, sun B, you would stand on your mat, hip distance apart. I'll stand this way, so you can see. Let me just put this up real quick. So hands to the hips. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, pull the belly in, fold forward. This time you're nice and warm already, so you can just grab onto the toes. Peace fingers around the big toes. Notice the heels are right under the hip bones. On the inhale, lean forward. Legs are strong. You might have to bend the knees at first, right? But if you can, straighten the legs, pull on the toes, lift the chest, and the gaze. Exhale, pull the belly in. And melt your chest and abdomen over your thighs. Elbows along the sides. And you're going to stay for 5 breaths here. You gaze toward the tip of the nose. This is lengthening the back of the thighs. You want to drop the shoulders away from the ears, spreading through the upper back. And then even think of your thighs. As you start to get a little stronger and to get the stretch deeper, think about the top of your femur bone sliding up into that hip socket. So you're actually getting a deeper stretch. You're going to feel like you want to roll back, lean forward, and hug the elbows along the shins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to come out. Stay for the exhale. Hands on your hips. Inhale, pull the body up nice and strong. And then you can just step the feet back together. Okay, so that's Padangusthasana. The next one is called Padahastasana. And that one is really good for the wrist because of all those chaturangas. So again, you're stepping your feet apart. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow forward. This time you're going to slide your hands underneath your feet. Your heels are directly underneath the hips, so you've got a nice strong foundation. Okay? Just relax your shoulders, let them be nice and soft. Inhale, look up. You got to pull the belly in. Exhale, bow forward. So the shoulders are just going to relax, and you're going to try to think about putting your abdomen on your thighs. Stretching your sit bones up, the gaze is between your legs, up toward the ceiling. Traditional drishti doesn't really matter, just look in one point. The drishti is just that one point focus in every posture. So you're just keeping your eyes in one spot. As you deepen your practice, you can get more specific with the drishti. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Release your feet. Inhale, come up. And then step the feet together, Samasthiti. So now I'm going to put the two postures together, and this is how you'll start to practice. So you'll inhale, jump the feet apart. Exhale, bow down, grab your toes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, lift the feet. Hands go under. Exhale, breath. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, hands to hips and rise up. Step the feet together, arms down to your sides. Okay, so that one is going to help you really lengthen the back of the thigh muscles. The next one we're going to do is Prasarita. Prasarita Padottanasana, which is a widespread forward fold. This one's my favorite. This one helps you to really lengthen the hamstrings, lengthen the spine, and get rid of all the compression in the low back. So if you're a person that sits all day and you struggle with sitting a lot and you've got low back discomfort, this is the posture for you, okay? So your feet are nice and wide, strong. You're not rolling to the outer edges of the feet. You're grounded through the feet. You feel your big toe, pinky toe, and center of your heel on all feet, on both feet. So slide your thighs up. Bring your arms out to a strong T. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow forward. Keep the thighs nice and strong. You're going to want to bend the knees, but try to squeeze the legs. And just bring the palms down, right and left, or left and right, whatever. So just get the palms nice and flat. So maybe you can't even touch the floor at this point, so you might have to bend the knees here. What you'd rather do is straighten the legs and just let your body go where it goes, okay? So if you're not touching the floor, maybe you're just touching the fingers. If you can't even get close to the floor at this point, just grab your elbows and hinge forward, okay? So I'll narrow my stance a little bit because most students, when they first start, they can't even get close to the floor, okay? So you grab your elbows and you just hang. Let all the gravity take place. Don't worry about getting to the floor. Just bring your eyes up toward your navel so the neck is long, okay? So you'll stay here, maybe stay here 5 breaths, 10 breaths. Eventually you'll start to touch the floor. If you do touch the floor right away, you want the feet to be nice and wide and strong. Palms are flat. Notice the palms are as wide as the shoulders. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, now the top of the head is going to come down, okay? So that might be accessible if the hip joints are nice and soft. Let the hip joints be soft. If the head's not touching the floor, don't worry. If the palms are down, just keep stretching down from the waist, but lifting the hips up. 5 breaths here. Trusting the strength in your legs and trusting your breathing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. And then maybe readjust your feet. The next one, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see how the torso goes forward, okay? So we're just going to do 2 variations. This is A and C. The first one was A, this one's C. So inhale the arms out. Exhale, clasp the hands back behind you this time. Take your shoulders down your back. Right away, that's going to feel good. It might feel like a challenge, but don't let the shoulders go forward. Try to roll the shoulders back. Belly stays in, gaze up. On the exhale, bow forward. So you're going to feel like you're letting your chest fall to the floor. That's the goal. Drop your head all the way down. Look through your legs. Then, as the shoulders don't want to go forward, they're going to want to go forward. Roll them away from your ears. And then just let your shoulder joint, right, the socket of your shoulder, let that relax. And then the top of the head's going to come down eventually. But again, just wherever you are, you are. So just don't force. Try to just soften the shoulder girdle. You're not pulling, you're not forcing. You really want to squeeze your palms together and relax the shoulder joint. That'll take a little practice to get that, right? Breathe in, breathe out. If you can't get your hands behind your back, you can always come up first. Just grab your elbows, okay? Same thing, shoulders back, away from the ears. Come forward and try that, okay? Just holding the elbows, you'll loosen the shoulder girdle, and then eventually, at some point, you'll be able to grab the hands and come forward. So eventually your arms will just relax, and you're going to let the shoulders go over your head. So this is good for the shoulder girdle, right? Keep squeezing your palms together. Create that little space of tightness. 5 breaths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come all the way up. Legs are nice and strong. And then you can step the feet together, hop the feet together. And arms down at your sides, okay? So you've got those 2 postures. We're just going to do a couple more. After all the standing, forward, folding, it's important to work on just a little bit of balance. Balance is just a challenge for most students. It's myself included. And the balance really just restores your confidence. It helps you to utilize the warmth and the heat in your body now and establish something different. It's a little higher level to work on your balance. So I'll demonstrate Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, okay? So sometimes if the carpet's really thick or you have a thick mat, you want to just step onto the floor, okay? So hands to the hips. On the inhale, just bring your knee up. Try that first. Okay, this is where you would maybe start. If you're a new student and you've never done any balance work, just hold your knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 breaths. You're establishing the balance, okay? So if you're ready to move on, you're going to grab your toes and you're going to kick your right heel forward, okay? So find one place to rest your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? If you start to go on and you feel strong here, then you're going to bring the chest forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? On the inhale, lift up. On the exhale, put your leg right back down. Okay? So you're going to do that right side, left side. So we'll do it on the left side. First, it would just be the knee. You're holding the knee. You can hold it with one hand or two. It really just depends on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're good there. Grab the toes. Kick the heel out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, keep the standing leg strong and bring the chest forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, that leg goes down. Okay? So you're thinking, oh, I got this, no problem. All right, so I'll give you one more variation. So if you're ready to move on, you're going to grab your toes. And you can do that but just by bending the knee and grabbing the toes, or in traditional Ashtanga, you kick up. All right, so you see that, how I'm working on that? Okay. So kick the heel forward, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the chest down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift up. Second part, letter B. Open the leg out to the side. Yes, now this still can be your knee. You can hold your knee out to the side. It doesn't have to be your toes. The challenge is to bring your gaze over your left shoulder, somewhere one point on the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come back. Come back, right? Exhale, breath lean forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Okay? Let's see if I can do it better on this side. Okay? So you're going to pick your toes up. I'll demonstrate with the knee too. Okay? So the knee is up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Open the knee out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The gaze over the right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come back. Exhale, lower down. Okay, we're going to do one more posture, and then that'll just be some extra postures that you can do. So we're going to come down, and this first right leg is going to go forward, okay? Now these are just, the first few that we did were some extra postures. These are more so stretches, preparatory postures, things that you can do when your body's nice and warm, or if you're trying to get your hips nice and soft, okay? So this is just a lunge. You're gonna come down on the back leg, palms on the floor on the inside, okay? So this is good for anyone that wants to loosen up the hips or loosen up the low back. So you've got the back knee down, you can dig the toes in if you want, right? If you've got both arms inside, maybe try to come down to the elbows. Relax the knee. Just relax the shoulders and stay with your breath. As you start to progress, you can walk this foot forward. And then again, just try to hang out. And this is something you can do daily. You can do it before or after any of your sun salutations. When you come out, press into your palms, bring that leg back, maybe take a little bit of a child's pose. My hope is that these postures that you're doing, you can incorporate them in your life, even if you're not just trying to become a yogi, you're trying to just stay flexible, stay youthful, keep the body nice and vital, and These postures, this practice will help you do all that, whether you're a golf enthusiast or you like to stay in your kitchen and cook all day. These are postures that you're going to want to do because your body will start to get rigid as you get older. And these are tools to help you stay more youthful. Just walk that left leg forward. Plus it'll help you to calm your mind. You can stay as long as you want to, but try to just be relaxed. You might feel things physically, but you're going to try to just surrender. Okay, and then the last one, or I should say the last two, you're going to lie on your back. Just lay all the way down on your back. And your heels hip distance apart. Okay, this is an easy bridge posture, Setu Bandhasana. Okay, so you need the back bending just as much as you need those forward bends. You do get a back bend in your sun salutation, but this is a deeper back bend. So you're going to press up into your heels, and you're going to try to rock the arms underneath the body. Shoulders are going to come down, knees are going to be just pressing forward, trying to lift the hips up. The gaze is just toward the tip of the nose. So you notice that your shoulders are down your back, right? Pushing up. Try to lift the hips as high as you can. Just the back of the head's down, the neck is soft. Feels like you're going to roll out. Just ground yourself through the big toe, pinky toe, and center of each heel. This one's good if you can stay for about 10 breaths. Just come out. Just relax your shoulders out. And then hug the knees in. Reach all the way around. Grab the elbows. Your head back down. And the last one that we're going to do, I'm going to switch this way because the lights are in my eyes. The last one we're going to do is, again, my favorite. So you got to do the balancing Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. This is the supine version. It's much easier. Okay? So this one helps to really stretch the lower body out, but it gets you to build the upper body as well. So bring the right leg up, bend your knee if you need to, grab your toes. On the inhale, you come up. You're using a lot of core here. So the lower belly is kind of drawing the navel in and upward, and the low back presses, you can see the low back presses down. Okay, so as you're pressing that down, you're sliding the rib cage down into the hips. Gaze up and try to think about putting your chin on your shin. You can hold this left leg down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, bring your head down. Exhale, you're going to open that leg out to the side. Turn the gaze over your left shoulder. Both shoulder blades are grounded down. Eventually your leg will straighten. If the knee is soft, it's okay. Just keep trying to straighten the leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come back. Exhale, lift up. And then switch. Inhale. Exhale. Low back stays down. Keep stretching up. Shoulders are soft. Keep kicking the heel up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, the head comes down. Exhale, breath, leg opens up. Gaze over the right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, the leg comes up. Exhale breath. Gaze is up. Inhale, head comes down. Exhale, legs come down to the sides. So after all that, you can take another Shavasana. You can lay on your mat, close your eyes, and breathe. Thank you for coming to the practice today. Thank you for giving me this time to share yoga with you. And namaste.